right, I'd like to take you and show you some of what I do and how I do it. Unfortunately, I'll just be able to show you finished products here, but step this way. When we create our pieces, we try to give them a unique flavor that is ours. And in designing them, I'm always trying to come up with fresh ideas based upon my art form. I use the Celtic influence because I am of Scottish ancestry, and even when I wasn't doing it, it crept into things and would show up. This is something that I won this year. I've been doing this 40 years and someone finally noticed, but Early American Life magazine does this award for traditional crafts. And you are juried, invited to jury, you're juried on authenticity, quality, and originality of your work. They only give out a few of these a year. You have to do an essay in how you related to colonial living and what would have occurred. And I did one based upon the fact that I was a Scottish immigrant from Edinburgh who had been a member of the Scottish Guild. And the term silversmithing, which everyone hears, is actually an American term. It didn't exist in Europe at that time. Over here, it was forbidden by law, English law, for me to actually make gold jewelry. I could repair it, but I could not make it. It had to be imported as a finished goods from England. So my affecting is I am a goldsmith in coming to the colonies and finding out that I could not practice my craft here or my trade here, and had to learn how to do other things. I could repair jewelry, I could sell it if I imported it, and things of that nature. So we did the essay, and obviously I did well enough that they do research to find out if I'm talking about something I know about or something I'm just making up. So, and they gave me this, and I'm very proud of it. But that's a very small part. What I also do is I create one-of-a-kind designs, and you're asking me to talk about something that I do and don't think about. I'll show you, if you will give me a moment, I will bring down a sketchbook and show you how they all begin. So I must go upstairs.
So I got a little portable.
You're not dressed. Ah. They want to come out to the shop and film us working.
Rob said, you still wearing a microphone?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're not done? Okay. Did you want to do the toast? We have an oyster for you. We have an oyster for you.
Not right now.
Okay.
I don't see a daffodil out anywhere. Do we have a daffodil out anywhere? Lou, somebody? I don't see a daffodil. The crumpkin. I don't see one out. I need one.
Okay.
And the reason I need it, I need to show
The difference
from the original drawing to the finished product.
I've never seen the original stuff. We have one in gold.
No, he's getting me one in silver. I know we have some, there just needs to be one out. Ah, a gold one. There, that'll do.
Okay.
I'm going to step over here if you don't mind, where I can show you with lighting how the process begins. This is a piece we call the crumpkin, which is Gaelic, it means daffodil, sort of. My wife and her office helper names the products. I make them, I design them, I get them finished, I give them to my wife and her office helper and said, find a name. I think it looks like a daffodil. So they came up with that. But what I wanted to show you is people say, okay, this is original designs and you create it. Well, this is my sketchbook, or one of my many sketchbooks, and this is how they all begin. I sit and start drawing until I find something that, can you see that? That I like, and they get turned into the piece that I'm making. This is the original drawing for this piece. And so what I will do is I will give it to my wife, and she will make a rendition of this on the computer and reduce it, and then we will use this for the original model. And so there you have the piece that resulted from that drawing. And this is how all of my patterns, this is one where it didn't work out, and I started drawing again, and this is how it ended up. So you can see the transition. And this is how they all do.
Do that for me one more time, my tripod.
Excuse me?
Can you just show me the transition one more time, my tripod?
The transition between them. This is where I had the idea and started working it out, trying to get all of the cross and pieces to fit together. I didn't like the way that one resulted, so I started drawing another one, and this is the one that I actually used as the pattern for the piece. And this is how all of my drawings and all of my pieces start out. We will, okay, let me get to some pages where I've got something on them. This looks like a chicken in this drawing, but it turned out it was a phoenix and a thistle penannular. This is a new ring pattern that I hope to have out shortly after the beginning of the year. So we set, this is a new wedding band pattern. Out of curiosity, does that look like a cat to you?
It does.
Well, this is one, I've had someone requesting me to do a cat knot, so I've been trying to come up with an idea for a cat, and that's what I've got so far. I'm not quite happy with it yet. We'll see what happens. We do a lot of custom work for people also. This is my new tree of life. And that's how it starts out. I do the sketch and then I make the model.
Sold.
Mm-hmm. Sold. Well, someone want to bring me the tree of life? I'll bring you over the way it looks now. Again.
We'll keep Lou out of the way so that he doesn't like break.
There's the tree of life and the sketch. Or life tree. In fact, what did we name this? Lou, what did we call this one? Dearach Beha, which in the Gaelic means life tree.
Can you actually put this up here?
Sure.
I think the sun
Where you've
is-
got less glare.
Yeah.
Ah, boy, that hurt even my eyes. So you can see, again, there's the original sketch, and there's the rendition and the transition to the actual piece. You know, interviewing artists is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And I'm sorry about that because,
Being short kind of stinks.
well, no, I just do this. I don't think about it. It's not like I have a whole process where I think of what I'm going, you know, each step that I'm going to go through. I've been doing it for 40 years.
This up, that'd be good.
So when I take a design and make it, I don't think about it, I just do it. And so trying to talk about the steps, how it goes through, sometimes is not easy for me because there's a whole process involved from this to this of soldering, welding, forming, detailing. How do I get the bark look into it and the different